You know what's truly amusing? Watching how people bend over backward to fit in, to grab attention, to feel validated. Oh, it's downright comical. They dress like sheep, speak like sheep, even think like sheep, all in the hopes that someone will notice and say, "Ah, what a perfectly ordinary little sheep you are." But here's the thing about real strength, true power. It doesn't beg for attention. No, not at all. It demands it. When you've embraced the chaos within, when you're truly strong, they won't be able to look away, even if they want to. It's like a car crash, horrific, yet captivating. Let me tell you something about these so-called normal people. They're all just playing roles, hiding behind their masks in this elaborate comedy. The difference between them and me: I choose my mask. Every morning I paint it on, knowing exactly what it stands for. Them? They don't even realize they're wearing one. They wake up, put on their invisible masks, sanity, conformity, mediocrity, and call it normal. Want to know how to become so strong they can't ignore you? First, you need to understand that strength isn't what they've made you believe. It's not about muscles, money, or those meaningless titles they chase. No, real strength, the kind they can't look away from, comes from owning your madness, embracing your chaos. Everyone has a shadow, a voice whispering, "Burn it all." Most people spend their lives silencing it. They drown it in medication, therapy, and societal norms until it's suffocated. But you're going to do something different. You'll listen to it, nurture it, let it grow until it's so powerful they can't ignore it, no matter how much they try. Think about it. Why do people remember me? Is it because I follow their rules, play their game? Number. They remember me because I showed them how meaningless their rules truly are. I became a force of nature, beyond their morality. When you reach that level of strength, of pure, untamed authenticity, they won't be able to ignore you, even though they desperately wish they could. The secret isn't making them like you. It's making yourself unforgettable. Being likable is a weakness. It means you're still chasing approval. But real power, it comes from letting their approval or disapproval mean absolutely nothing. Here's another secret. The world fears strength. Real strength. The kind that doesn't apologize, doesn't ask for permission. They label it madness because they can't control it, call it evil because they can't understand it. But here's the punchline. Their fear is what keeps them watching. You want to see real strength? It's standing in a room full of people who hate you, who fear you, who want to destroy you, and laughing. Not because you're invincible, but because their hatred, their fear, their desperation to tear you down. It's all just part of the act. The beauty of true strength isn't in what you gain, but what you lose. You lose the need for validation, the fear of being judged, the chains society has wrapped around you since birth. And when you've shed those, you become something they can't define, control, or ignore. Remember what I said about masks? When you're truly strong, your mask doesn't hide you. It reveals you. I don't wear mine to conceal who I am. I wear it to show the world what I've become. At that level, your existence itself becomes a declaration. The world wants you to stay small, predictable, safe. They want you to color within the lines, laugh at their jokes, follow their script. But real strength? It's rewriting the rules, painting the world with your own colors, laughing when everyone else cries. It's being so undeniably yourself that you become a revolution. You know the funny thing about strength? People think it's about building yourself up. Sometimes, it's about burning down what holds you back. The beliefs they've planted in you, the chains of normal. Let them burn. And from the ashes, something unrecognizable rises, something they can't ignore. Let me tell you about chaos. It's not strength's enemy, it's its birthplace. When you stop running from the fire and start dancing in it, you become more than human. You become an idea. And ideas, they're bulletproof. They can't kill an idea. They can't ignore it. Can't pretend it doesn't exist. True strength isn't about pushing against the world. It's making the world bend to you, like gravity. Gravity doesn't force things to fall. They just do. Strength isn't about being unbreakable. It's about breaking in ways that matter, showing your cracks and filling them with gold. Your scars become your crown. Your pain becomes your power, and your madness, that's your masterpiece. You want them to notice you. Stop trying to be noticed. Stop squeezing into their boxes, their definitions. Be so utterly, unapologetically yourself that ignoring you is like ignoring a tornado in their living room. Because once you've found that kind of strength, you'll realize the truth. It was never about them. It was always about you and their attention. Just another joke in this grand comedy called life. So embrace your madness, feed your chaos, become a force they can't label or control. Because the only way to become so strong they can't ignore you is to become something they've never seen before. Yourself, unleashed and untamed, in all your terrifying, beautiful glory. By the time they finally notice you, it's too late for them to affect you. You've already become something beyond their control. Their opinions, their judgments, just noise in the background of your revolution. And here's another truth about fear. It's not your enemy. It's your fuel. When you learn to harness their fear, to turn it into your strength, you become something incomprehensible to them. And humans? They can't ignore what they don't understand. It haunts them, keeps them awake, gnaws at the edges of their minds until they have no choice but to pay attention. That's the power of being unforgettable. Most people spend their lives trying to stand out by blending in, following the rules, checking the boxes, and doing what they're told. They think conformity will lead to recognition. But that's not how it works. If you want to be remembered, you need to break their rules, burn their boxes, create your own game. The path to unstoppable strength isn't in their motivational speeches or their neatly packaged advice. It's in the shadows they tell you to avoid, the chaos they warn you about, the parts of yourself they ask you to hide. When you stop fighting those parts and start embracing them, you'll transform into something they've never seen before. Something that commands attention not because it asks for it, but because it deserves it.